Hi guys, OB Dave here.
And I am Ash.
Together we are OB Dave and I am Ash.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You got something to say?
Far out.
Can't tell if you're trying to be Californian, Australian.
Oh, screw
or
you.
Just weird.
Jerk.
Not on camera. Right then. So this channel, Lost in the Pond, is something I used to react to quite a lot over at the Office Blokes.
You showed me before. I love him.
Have I?
Yeah.
What have we watched?
It was like, he does a lot of comparisons. You showed me before.
Did we react to one?
I don't think we've reacted to one, but you've shown me one.
Do you remember what it was?
I
I thought I was being clever pulling this one out, like you wouldn't know who it
I
was.
can't remember what it was, but I feel like it was
it just one?
No, it was the Thanksgiving different dinners, like, or like Christmas dinners, like Sunday roasts.
Oh, yeah.
You did show me that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's
okay,
good.
So you've seen Lawrence once before then?
Yes, I have.
There you go. As long as it's not this one, it's all right.
I don't think it's this one.
This is 5 ways British and American bedrooms are very different.
Ooh.
Now, I thought this would be an interesting one because you grew up in another country yourself.
I did.
So we could compare British, American and Zimbabwean bedrooms.
All I know is my very first bedroom in this country was the size of our pantry back home.
So you had a nice big house back there.
Well, land was cheaper. Also, the houses were wider. Weren't cramped and sat on top of each other. Couldn't hear my neighbour go to the toilet or walk up and down the stairs. The British live really close on top of each other. It's really weird, but they hate each other.
No, we don't.
Barely look at each other.
I smile at everyone.
You get on public transport and everyone's looking at their feet.
Don't get on public transport then. This house that we're in now is small.
It is small.
Well, it's 160 years old.
Yeah.
So
And it's had
that's
an
why it's
extension.
small, because it was all hobbits back then. And now we've got abundance of food. People have got taller.
There was always abundance of food back home.
Logic. Right then, should we do it?
Yes.
Lost in the Pond, 5 ways British and American bedrooms are different. Let's go for it.
One of the most common bedroom differences I get asked about is, why do Americans sleep with that extra sheet between the quilt and you?
So that you can kick the pillow and cool
Hello,
down.
I'm
I
Lawrence
taught you
and
that.
I'm on a quest to uncover all of the memos that Britain and America lost in the pond, and one of those memos pertains to bedrooms. In Britain and throughout the world, people need a designated room where they can go to sleep and do other stuff, like reading, for example. But depending on the country that you're in, the bedroom, a word supposedly coined by Shakespeare, might take a different form. And as somebody who has lived extensively in both Britain and America, this is most certainly true of those two countries. And so without further ado, here are 5 ways that British and American bedrooms are very different.
I've got to say, as a British person with a bedroom, we're barely there.
What do you
Really,
mean we're
like you
barely
sleep
there?
in the bedroom every night, obviously, but we've got a TV in there that never gets switched on, and we've barely got anything else in the bedroom.
It's true. It's not really a room that the British spend a lot of time in, but they're usually very small in this country. Back home, like, we had seating and like little areas that you could have like a nook, you know, like, or like a reading area.
Have
And
you seen-
bedrooms were a bit more entertaining back home.
Have you
They were
seen
bigger.
that some people have baths in their bedrooms?
Simon and Beth do. They have a beautiful big, like, standalone bath in the middle of their bedroom with a huge chandelier above it.
That's only for one thing.
Of course it is. It's their house. And he's smooth.
Should we get a bath?
There's no space in this house.
No.
Before we even get to the main centerpiece of the bedroom, which is the bed, there is one major thing that American bedrooms have that most British bedrooms do not. And it's something contained not within the 4 walls of the bedroom, but within the wall. I'm talking about built-in closets.
Yeah, we had them.
Now, this is my walk-in closet. I say mine, I mean, it is shared with my wife, of course. I say shared, I mean, it's mostly hers. So you might be thinking, well, Lawrence, where do British people hang their clothes? And the answer is simple: in a wardrobe that admittedly takes up
which
more
is so-
space,
so weird.
unless it leads to Narnia. But while America may have the advantage in the closet department, Britain is still leading the way on these. Back in the days when I still dressed like a child, you bought me this t-shirt, so you can leave it out. Back in the days when I was still a child, I distinctly remember sleeping alongside a rubber accessory that was filled with hot water. It was a hot water bottle. And it was one of those things that I'd forgotten.
They are so magical. I've got a really long one and it goes literally like the length of my body up to my knees and it's so snuggly.
This past few days I've had the certain sneezes from over in the east, we'll call it, suspected. And I need my body, even if I'm freezing, to be a constant temperature.
Yeah.
And when you said to me, do you want a hot water bottle? Even though I'm shaking like that. If I warm up one bit of me and not the rest of me, it makes me feel sick.
See, that's why I had two. I usually had one for my feet and one for my body.
No, I can't do it. I hate them.
I love hot water bottles.
About until researching for this video. For anyone not in the know, a hot water bottle is exactly the accessory I just described, and its purpose is to keep you warm while you sleep. It can be a problem if you accidentally burst it, because then your parents think you have another problem and you have to go see a doctor. Now, with the advent of electric blankets, hot water bottles have seen a decline in popularity. This is particularly true in the United States, but I have it on good authority that people still occasionally use them in Britain. But part of me believes that most of them just use it to refill their tea without leaving the bed.
Ew.
It's just a girl thing.
As always, when it comes to comparing Britain...
Do you know why? It is great.
Cramps.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm aware.
It's amazing.
I'm aware.
British and American things, inevitably it always comes back to size. And you might not be too surprised to learn that American beds on the whole are longer, wider, or sometimes both, than British beds. So let's take a look at how that plays out, or lays out. That's a bed pun. Sorry, let's just take a look. So the smallest bed size in the United States is the twin bed. This measures in at roughly 39 by 75 inches. And its nearest equivalent in Britain is a single bed, which is just as long as an American twin, but 4 inches less wide. After that, America has a twin XL, which is coupled with Britain's small double. Try saying that after 4 whiskies. And then America has what is known as the full-size mattress. This is 54 inches by 75. This is almost identical to the double-size mattress in Britain. From here on out, things become like a game of chess, as both countries sort of introduce a royal family of mattress sizes. In the US, some people sleep on the Queen, not the Queen, that would be breaking news, on a queen-sized mattress, which is about 60 inches by 80. This is virtually identical to Britain's king-size mattress, but neither country ousts their bedroom monarchy there. What's better than a queen? A super queen. In the US, this measures in at 66 inches by 80. Funnily enough, the nearest equivalent in Britain is called, can you guess what it's called? Can you? It's called a super king, and it's 72 inches by 80.
Wow.
And
Who
so
needs
Britain
that big a
wins,
bed?
except it doesn't, because
Wouldn't even
America
fit in our
also has a
bedroom.
king-size bed that
It's
measures
still the
76
bedroom.
by 80. And at this point, Britain's mattresses abdicated the throne, while America's just kept going with the California king at 72 inches by 84, and that's just showing off. So perhaps this additional...
Thing is, like, I follow Dave all around the bed. I am a cuddling, like, snuggler. Like, seriously, there would be no need for that size of a bed. But my parents had, like, a super king.
Do you know who needs a gigantic bed?
Who?
P. Diddy.
size is why Americans are more likely to use
She
one of
says.
these.
Strong
However
cuddles.
massive the mattress, it's more
Gem.
common in the US than the UK for it to sit on top of what is known as a box spring. And while I definitely couldn't claim to be a bed connoisseur, I hadn't heard of the phrase box spring until I moved to America. And there's a couple of reasons for this. Firstly, we don't call it that. Apparently, we call it either a sprung bed base or a divan. I've never used those terms either, and that's because this particular contraption is much less common in Britain. And so what is this contraption?
I know, yeah,
well,
everyone's
a
got
box
a
spring
divan.
is a base that sits under your
not the
mattress
cheapest
that
bed
sort of
you can get,
incorporates
yeah.
a spring system like you might find in your mattress. And the idea is with that additional bounce, I won't keep doing that, the springs in the mattress have a greater shelf life. In Britain, our mattresses tend to sit on harder surfaces, meaning that the springs in your mattress wear down more quickly depending on how much you put them under duress. Mine were mostly fine. But so much for what goes under the mattress. Let's take a look at what goes on top. One of the most common bedroom differences I get asked about is, why do Americans sleep with that extra sheet between the quilt and you? And this is what's known as a top sheet. And while I have read that top sheets have become less popular among younger Americans, they are nonetheless still in wide use. But What purpose do they serve? Well, aside from adding an additional layer of warmth for Americans that don't know the joys of a hot water bottle, a top sheet is often used for hygienic reasons. The theory being that your body, and therefore body odour and sweat and dirt, doesn't come into contact with the comforter/quilt. And I can get behind this idea because it means you can wash the comforter less often. Who needs bulky laundry? Now, because Americans are more likely to use this approach than British people, they're also more likely to not use a duvet cover because what's the point? In Britain, this is largely how we get around the hygiene problem, if indeed we choose to. Now, if Reddit is anything to go by, then this is the source of a heated debate. So let me know in the comments below, top sheet or no top sheet.
See, we had the top sheets back home for the added warmth, but also because when it was hot, you just rolled the duvet off. Because you still wanted the quilts to look nice, like the duvet covers to match you.
But you're going to be more hot because you've got 2 layers.
That's what I said. When it was cold, you left the duvet on with the top sheet. And when it was hot, you rolled the duvet off and just slept with the sheet, which is what I introduced you to as that top sheet.
No, that's get rid of the duvet and just have a sheet.
That's what I mean. You
didn't introduce me to that.
Yes, I did.
I've been doing that since I was a little kid.
No, you weren't.
Yeah.
Then why hadn't you got one? Why were you suffering in the heat?
Because it's just what you do as a man. You just suffer. You
Jesus
don't moan
Christ.
about it.
As for me and my American wife, we compromised on both a top sheet and a quilt cover for some reason. That's it for this episode. Let me know in the comments below how you keep your bedroom. Just keep it general. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel so that my videos don't get lost in the pond. A big shout out to all of my patrons who make these videos possible. If you would like to become a patron.
We are just about to have the camera die. Like within seconds, I've just noticed.
I thought you said 15.
I don't think I did. I thought it said 12.
Oh,
We'll find out when it goes like that in a second. Do you think we should do more Lost in the Pond on the channel?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
I think we need longer than waiting for a camera battery to die, though.
Yes.
Because we're literally like, I'm watching it go. So what we'll do, make sure you like and subscribe. Comment below your favourite Lost in the Pond video for me to show Ash. Obviously, I've done loads at the Office Blokes over the years.
Yes.
And we'll do it. We'll check it out.
That's it. And try and let it finish now.
Of Lost in the Pond.
We'll say bye.
You can do so at patreon.com/lostinthepond. Until next time, goodbye.
There you go. We did it. Yeah.
He's got such a typical British voice, doesn't he?
Yeah, I like Lawrence.
He's funny.
Yeah, make some good videos. Right then, yeah, let us know what you thought of that in the comments section. If you want us to do more, tell us your favourite and what Ash needs to see. And there you go. That's all you need to know about that.
Awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Cheers, guys. We'll see you soon.
Bye, guys.